The June 2019 Long Beach Expo delivered yet another memorable US coin signature auction by Heritage Auctions, realizing almost $8.3 million for almost 2,500 rare coins. One of the more noteworthy numismatic specimens on offer at the auction was this extremely rare 1797 over 5 gold $5 coin with the large eagle reverse design. There are only around 16 to 20 examples of this coin known to have survived to this day. The overdate is one of the boldest of any denomination, with the 7 simply punched right over the 5, with no attempt to disguise the fact that the coin was unabashedly struck using a leftover die from the 1795 half eagle. The coin here is also one of the finest known examples at a grade of MS61 from PCGS, second only to the Pogue specimen, which stands at MS62+. In one of the first noted auction appearances of this type, as lot 872 of the John Colvin Randall collection as sold by auctioneer Elliot Woodward in 1885. The coin raised $51. Not an unfair price at that time, but somewhat paling in comparison to the $192,000 that it achieved on this occasion. The 1875 Coronet Head Quarter Eagle is legendary for its rarity within the series, with only the 1835 coin outstripping it in terms of absolute rarity within the same denomination. The proof mintage of 20 coins may not have been too surprising for the time, but the business strike mintage of only 400 coins certainly is. The several very prominent polish lines that are seen on the coin's obverse, especially far from detracting from the grades, is actually a part of the coin's diagnostics today, as in prior decades, high-grade business strike coins were oftentimes confused with low-grade proof coins and vice versa, a problem which has fortunately been largely eliminated by modern grading standards. This Proof 65 Plus from PCGS is therefore also notable as it positions the coin as a conditional rarity within the issue as well, and no doubt the $108,000 closing price corroborates this fact as well. Today, surprisingly little is known about the Immunis Columbia copper coins. However, research by Sylvester Crosby, Walter Breen, and somewhat more recently Michael Hodder indicates that the pieces were struck at the original Rahway Mint, also responsible for issuing the early New Jersey state coinage. The reason that the coins were minted is unfortunately far less clear, but the existence of several low-grade examples today indicate that they were in fact in circulation for at least some time. This is the single finest graded as 1787 Immunis Columbia copper at a grade of MS66 brown, and was sold here for $78,000. By complete contrast, the coin which story is far better documented is the venerable Lincoln penny, especially the coin's debut issue. The 1909 S VDB penny is one of the most sought after issues in the series, with a meager mintage of only 484,000 coins for this first year of issue, still bearing the initials of VDB for Victor D. Brenner, the coin's designer, below the wheat stalks on the reverse of the coin, a feature which was removed from the design only days after the coin's public release. A gem grade of MS67 red is seldomly seen for this popular coin, and on this occasion the PCGS graded example managed to raise $50,400 at auction. Another oddity in the Lincoln series is viewed here. The story of how the 1943 zinc-coated steel penny came about to free up copper for the war effort is a well-known one, and a popular anecdote is how, due to their similar size and coloring, the steel penny was sometimes confused for a silver dime. Well, what you see here is in fact a 1943 penny struck not on steel, but on a silver dime planchet instead. This is most obvious on the reverse, as the motto is partially truncated due to the dime being marginally smaller than the cent coin. Authenticated by NGC at a grade of AU53, this fascinating coin sold for $2,880. The Delonega Mint was a branch of the US Mint first opened in 1838 in order to better serve the Georgia Gold Rush, and as such specialized in minting gold coins. In total, 13,674 quarter eagles were struck in 1839, all of which came from locally mined gold. Today, it is estimated that around 250 or so pieces survive in all grades. Mint state examples, however, are exceedingly rare, with PCGS only reporting 17 grading events, this offering being one such at a grade of MS62, with only 4 finer coins known. $50,400 secured a new home for this rare gold type coin. Also included in the auction was the Jack Royce collection of Hobo Nickels. One of the most important pieces featured was this chain gang nickel carved by Bert Wiegand. Now, as the story goes, Bert Wiegand had an altercation with railroad police after attempting to jump a Georgia freight train in mid to late 1932. He was soon thereafter arrested and thrown into the local jail, only to be transferred to a chain gang. There, he spent the better part of the next year, although supposedly managed to avoid much of the heavy labor by carving hobo nickels for the gods, who then supposedly sold them for a tidy profit on the side. This rare example of a genuine prisoner nickel attained $13,200 at the event. Now, the traditional image of a hobo nickel is one that has been altered on its obverse, with the Indian head serving as a template for some new design, with the reverse largely left unaltered. So to find a hobo nickel where the reverse served as the canvas is usually noteworthy. On this carving by Bo Hughes, the buffalo has been altered to resemble an elephant instead, carved on a 1937 nickel, most likely sometime in the mid-1940s. This coin was sold here for $1,680. And then, while we're on the topic of 1937 dated nickels, here is an excellent example of one of the so-called three-legged variety types for that same year. The reverse die from this coin was heavily polished, most probably to remove die clash marks, but in the process, the front leg of the bison was also removed. Hence the name of the 1937D Three-Legged Buffalo, an extremely attractive coin with a grade of MS64 from PCGS, which managed to attain $5,415 at its turn on the auction block. The seated Liberty design is one that is almost universally beloved by many collectors, and with good reason too, as it is certainly one of the most eloquent designs to have appeared on a US circulating coin. Despite being widely attributed to Christian Gobrecht, it is perhaps a little known fact that the design was in fact the brainchild of chief engraver William Caneas. Sadly, he suffered a stroke before the design was completed, and Gobrecht stepped in order to finish the work. The seated Liberty design with no obverse stars was only minted for 2 years before the design was altered. According to Walter Breen, only 30 proof coins were in fact struck in 1837 as presentation pieces in order to demonstrate the new design to mint and treasury officials. This one was graded by NGC as proof 66, which saw a price of $45,600. And then we can hardly talk about the auction without even mentioning what was for many the highlight of the event, a large ingot of shipwrecked California gold, recovered from the wreck of the SS Central America. This bar contains no less than 266.97 ounces of .906 fineness gold from the Marysville branch of the assayers of Just and Hunter. A massive brick of nearly pure gold that sold for $420,000. Let me know which one of these coins was your favorite in the comment section below. Subscribe to WNN and activate notifications with the bell icon to be notified of new videos. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a great day.